We have just 4 league games left of the season. We are currently sat top of the Vanarama National League South. We need 2 points from 4 games, and we are going back to the Vanarama National League. So this is the state of affairs. 42 games played, 26 wins, 9 draws, 7 defeats. Joint bottom when it comes to defeats. I think Dartford also on 7 there as well. 87 points, 10 points clear of Havant and Waterlooville and Bath. Obviously, 4 games left to play. 2 points is all we need to secure ourselves promotion. And it should happen in this episode. If it doesn't, if we're not promoted in the end of this episode, I have royally bottled this. So we only played 2 matches in between episodes. We played Hornchurch and Concord, 2 teams down the wrong end of the table, picking up 6 points across both of those matches. Zach Orr he's a legend. He's turned into a legend. If we look at his form, he's started scoring goals basically since what, the 1st of February, even actually before that. Since we played Western Supermare, he's just started scoring goals. He scored all of his goals in the space of about 3 months. Also, before we get to today's games, Kingstonian, I think, is going to be the first match. We have had our youth intake, and it says it's an excellent intake. It's not. It's really not. Gary Ballard is our best player, and I would say he's close to potentially getting first-team football, maybe being sat on the bench. Everyone else is, they're not great. There's apparently potential, but potential doesn't need... We don't need potential at the moment. We can buy 17-year-olds with potential. We want players who are arguably good enough to get in the team now. The starting lineup then for the game that is hopefully going to crown us champions of the Vanarama National League South against Kingstonian. We are sticking with the 4-3-3. Joe Fryer in goal. Basically, it's the same starting lineup that we always go for. Payne or Sandals White and Garrett at the back. Bramble, Brown and Spong in midfield. Ballard, Loza and Rob Street up front for this one. If we win this one, we're going to win the league in front of our home fans, and that is arguably what you want to do. This is a risk, but we're going to pump fists, and we're going to say, I want the win here that will crown us champions. It did motivate at least Jamal Loza. Okay, and now I'm going to I trust everyone. I trust everyone, don't worry about it. Let's go. Jack Spong looking complacent, which is a bit of a worry. In front of what you would hope would be a quite, not packed, not a sellout, but definitely quite a full Crab Athletic Stadium, hopefully where we are going to be winning the league. Spong's corner comes in, Sendles White was the man there. Garrett's got it forward to Street, back to Garrett, and Tyler Garrett with his first goal of the season, and it's an absolute screamer, and it might be the goal that secures us the title. 1-0 up, 3 minutes on the clock against Kingstonian, and it doesn't matter what happens elsewhere now, we have started carving our name on the title. 25 minutes now on the clock. Kingstonian with the ball inside their own half. It's down the left-hand side. Long ball forward over. It doesn't go over Zach Orr, but he passes it straight to Saraiva. He's gone for a long-range-ish chance. Goes over the bar. Straight through one of those big metal columns as well in the stand. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Not exactly the goal fest that I was hoping for the final home, or not the final home game, but you know what I mean, the game where we are going to win the league. It's towards Lozra, doesn't get there. Jack Spong with the ball, going the wrong way at the moment. Sendles White, the centre-back. TJ Bramble to Zach Brown, right-hand side is Payne, so is Don Ballard, crossed in to Rob Street, and Rob Street's missed a sitter. Half-time, 1-0. We are looking like the better side, but we're not really doing a lot, are we? We had a couple of chances and then nothing for about 35, 40 minutes and then a couple of chances again near the end. So there was a big patch in the middle where I'm going to point finger. We're capable of doing better. It has worked. It has fired some people up. Let's say you weren't bad, even though it's kind of counterproductive in a way. But we're going to go straight into the second half. I'm looking at Jamal Loza on a 6-6. He's arguably the lowest performer. In fact, he is the lowest performer, dropping down to a 6-5 now. I think Zach Orr is, he's run himself into the ground. We are 65 minutes in, not a single highlight in the second half. Zach Orr is going to be coming off. Jake Goodman coming on. We're going to swap you two round. We're also going to take off Jamal Loza for Harvey Woods. And do we bring on Dibley Diaz? Dibley Diaz is coming on as a striker. I'm fully aware he's not a striker, but we are training him up to be there because of all the players that we've got in our sort of reserves and under 18s. He's probably the one who's most suited. So on this title decider then, there was a total of about 4 highlights. Havant and Waterlooville are losing, from what I can see. So even if we didn't win this game, they're drawing their game. Even if we didn't win, we probably still would have been crowned champions because they didn't get the 3 points that they need. It is a 1-0 victory against Kingstonian, and we are champions of the Vanarama National League South. Here they come then. I feel bad that I've subbed off people like Rob Street and Zach Orr. Who's our captain? I want to say, I mean, what's going on with his hips? Something's going on with his hips. I want to say our captain is Sendles White, but I'm not sure whether it actually is. Here he is then. Whoever is our captain is lifting it up into the air. Do we still get cartwheels? This is genuinely the first trophy I've actually won on FM22. I haven't won anything on FM22 until this very moment. We're champions in front of no fans, apparently. They're going for a lovely wander about. Is it going to be somebody doing a cartwheel? Somebody's got to do the cartwheel. It is. It's number 26. We don't have a sub-goalkeeper, do we? So number 26 does it. James Bedard has said a bunch of Zs. I feel like you've missed the bigger picture here, James. You've reacted to Dover winning the league as you fell asleep. I mean, everyone else, Cole loves it. It's feeling top of the world. Florence, England, we should have scored more than that. Okay, I mean, shut up, Florence. Ruben Hewson, also, he's upset. He's happy with Garrett, but everyone else he's upset with. Joey Rowe, upset with everybody. I mean, we've won the league, lads. We've won the league, and all of our fans are just getting upset because we only won 1-0. We just won the league. It doesn't matter how many we're won by. Oh, big news. Transfer budgets for next season. Nothing. £0. But we have increased our wage budget. It's almost doubled it. I think we're under. We're actually under it at the moment. So next season we are hopefully going to have a bit more financial pulling power. Fully aware that we're in debt. It's fine. We're going to try and fix that. I'm not sure how, but we're going to try and fix that. Oh, and big news as well. Matthew Briggs, Jack Spong is happy as well. Joe Fryer and Sam Shaban is, he no longer wants to leave. Well, I want you to leave, Sam. You've been on the transfer list since the start of the season. I'm pretty sure I've set you to release at the end of your contract, so, you know, shut your mouth. For the final game of the season, we are going to be up against Tunbridge Angels, a team that we've already played 3 times so far in this save, and we've beaten them technically once. We've also drawn with them twice and then knocked them out of the cup on penalties or maybe even extra time. It is going to be Joe Fryer in goal, Tommy Moxey as a right back, Lewis Payne, Zach Orr and Tyler Garrett in defence, TJ Bramble, Zach Brown and Jack Langston in the middle of the pitch. The Ballard boys are going to be on the wings. Didn't realise we had 2 wingers called Ballard, but there you go. And it's going to be Rob Street up front. Let's take a look then at the 3 unusual players in our starting 11. First up is Tommy Moxey, a player who we signed last season, I think. He's now 17 years old. I would say he's not necessarily a right back, but that's his natural position. I was originally training up to be a central midfielder. We've reverted back to being a right back. Jack Langston, who made his debut for us last season, I think in the final game of the season where we needed to win, and it didn't work, did it? He is playing today as a Mazzala. I think we brought him on as a striker last time, but he's more naturally as a Mazzala, so he's going to be playing that role in the centre of the pitch. And we mentioned him earlier, Gary Ballard, 15 years of age, soon to be 16 in literally 1 month's time, but 15 years old, going to be playing on that left wing today. Dom Ballard, no relation, is going to be on the right-hand side. So we did play a couple of matches as well after the match against Kingstonian. We've won both of them, which means we are currently sat on 96 points. A win here today will put us on 99 points, which would be a great way to end the season. Tunbridge Angels coming forward with the ball. Tyler Garrett, the man who scored the goal that won us the league. Zach Orr to TJ Bramble. Across to Lewis Payne, playing as a central defender for the first time in quite a while at the moment. Fryer to Zach Orr. Once again, I want to see some of the youngsters getting involved. Orr to Zach Brown. Plays it back to Lewis Payne. I assume Moxey's on the right-hand side with some space. Langston, there we see the first of them. He's got white hair. He's 16 or 17 years old and he's got white hair. Zach Orr to Garrett. Left-hand side is Ballard. He's not going to use him. Langston back to Tyler Garrett. We're passing it well. Not really getting past the Tunbridge Angels midfield, though, at the moment. Zach Orr to Tyler Garrett again. Down the line is Gary Ballard. Now, Jack Langston, the 2 youngsters. Ballard's made a lovely little run there behind the defence. Crosses in. Ballard to Ballard. And Dom Ballard, set up by Gary Ballard, makes it 1-0. Gary Ballard has taken 12 minutes for the 15-year-old to have an impact. Much better than I was ever expecting him to be already. Looks like there's going to be a free kick in a pretty good position. It is. Lucas is the man to step up and take this curling effort. Just goes past Fryer's post. Still 1-0 to Dover. Still top of the table. We're going to stay top of the table. That's how maths works, doesn't it? 99 points. I'm kind of annoyed that it's not going to be 100. It's not going to be 100 points. Fielding's throw to that man's name. Back to Fielding. He's going to go for a little run forward with the ball. Langston's there. I can tell it's Langston because he's got white hair. Zach Orr to Gary Ballard. Dropped into left back by the looks of it. Not sure why he dropped over back, but he did. Zach Orr again with the ball. Could he get his 10th goal of the season? Ballard across to Zach Brown. Right-hand side finds Dom Ballard. Is he going to run past the goal scorer? Back to Tommy Moxey. First time we've really seen him so far. TJ Bramble is the half-back to Dom Ballard. Play it through. Langston. I mean, Gary's there. Gary's gone for a worldie. Oh, my word. If Gary scored that, he would go down in Dover Athletic folklore. I'm looking for Gary to score today. That's what I want. He's got an assist to his name. I want Gary to score. This is what we're looking for. Who is this? Is it Lewis Payne all the way back? It is. He seems to be sat very, very deep. Potentially playing everybody on side. Not the best ball there from, I think it was TJ Bramble. It's Valentine in behind Moxie. Crosses it in. He doesn't cross it in. Actually goes for goal himself because he had no support in there. Hits the outside of the net and it has gone wide. It is going to be 1-0 to Dover at half-time. We're looking good. I would like to ideally have a few more shots because the 3 that we've had, one of them went in. The other one was about 40 yards out from a 15-year-old. Straight into the second half. No changes at the moment. Moxie, Street. Those are the 2 players who seem to be struggling. Moxie's on a 6.4. I mean, arguably, he's playing badly because he isn't very good at football, but also because he's only 17 years old. Valentine's going to get there ahead of Tommy Moxie. Is he going to cross it in? 3-4 in the box, potentially. Dench to Ahura. He's hit the post. Payne's cleared the ball. Rob Street's chested it down. Don Ballard's going to make a run, hopefully. The highlight's going to carry on here. Street with it. Plays it all the way back to Moxie. Not the ball that we wanted to be using. The second half has been fairly uneventful. We are going to do a change. It's going to be Moxie coming off for, what do we do here? We do that, do we? And we go Sendles White at the back? Sure, we'll go for that. We're also going to take off Rob Street for Jamar Loza. Arguably, Gary Ballard. Jack Langston as well. He's on a 6'9", but Gary Ballard is the star of the show, or the young star of the show anyway. Zach Orr is on a 7.7. How is he always so good at football? TJ Bramble then, in the right-back position, finds Zach Brown. Now Zach Orr. Is he going to go backwards? He does. Finds Jamie Sendles White. Long ball forward, please, buddy. Long ball forward. Zach Orr again. Back to Lewis Payne. Right-hand side is TJ Bramble and Dom Ballard. We're passing it. We're trying to make our way through. Langston, sorry, with the ball. Back to Orr. Back to Langston. Jamar Loza. Long-range chance from Loza, and he's rattled the post from a very long distance. It's going to stay 1-0. We have hit the post probably 3 or 4 times so far in this match. Not ideal, but if it stays this way, we're going to be picking up our final 3 points of the season. 99 points we're going to finish the campaign on. Back up to the Vanarama National League. And next season, we need to make sure that we don't balls it up and go straight back down. Considering we played 3 youngsters, one of them who even got the assist, I think a 1-0 win against Tunbridge Angels, actually pretty impressive away from home. Zach Orr gets an 8.1. How is Zach Orr so good at football? If we look, this season, he has an average rating of 7.48. If you include all fixtures, it's 7.5. I don't know why Zach Orr is so good, but he's, pardon the pun here, but he's awesome. And with that, we head into the end of season awards. What's happened? New arrivals. There's a lot of them, wasn't there? So, the signing of the season goes to Jack Spong. He gets a 7.51, 17 assists. I assume probably 16 of those came from corners. Zach Orr with 9 goals, 2 assists to his name. Lewis Payne as well gets an A- rating. Rob Street, 28 goals. Just to see from Rob Street. Ballard as well gets 5 goals, 17 assists. I mean, I feel like we can't have both of them taking corners. So maybe some of those are coming from crosses. Mackenzie Lyle was our #1 goalkeeper for maybe the first 10 games of the season. And then obviously got replaced. Tyler Garrett scoring 1 goal. He scored 1 goal all season, but it was the goal that secured us the title. Joe Fryer, Dibley Diaz, Kane Ferdinand. He wasn't as good as I thought he'd be, which is fair enough. Harvey Woods, the super sub for most of the time. 21 appearances off the bench. Teddy Davey wants to leave the club. I think he's out of contract. He's probably not going to stay any longer than what he's currently going to do. Frankie Terry didn't play a lot, did he? Beckwith didn't play a lot. Oxlade Chamberlain's going to be leaving. Matthew Briggs is going to be leaving. Louis Walsh? Who's Louis? I loaned this guy for a month and then realised that the window was shut. And now he's joined now, apparently. So he's not going to play for us. He'll be gone. Don't worry about it. It certainly does look good at reading that league table. Champions of the Vanarama National League South. Only 12% attendance. That seems very, very low. An A+ rating from the board. The FA Cup gets a D because we lost against Beaconsfield. And we should get pretty good in that. C+. A C+. We got to the 5th round. We got knocked out by a team ahead of us in the league. In the league above, I mean. The biggest win was a 4-0 victory against Slough. The match to remember, I think this was the first game where we started to turn the table, where we started to perform really, really well. A 4-1 victory against Tunbridge. Obviously, goal of the season as well. There you can see Jack Spong scoring against Concord. Financially, it's, it's not the best. It's not the best, is it? Everything's gone down, but that's obviously we did drop down a league. Next season, I need to keep under the wage budget. That is a key thing. Keeping under the wage budget, it should try and recover some of the finances. We're also going to try and do the thing that most people do when they try to fix finances. I'm going to arrange some friendlies against maybe some sort of London clubs, set up like a little league system. Ideally, Arsenal and Spurs in there, and we can sell out our stadium for a match that isn't even involving us. Overall, best 11, or how we lined up anyway for the season, it has picked the 4-3-3 formation. I was expecting it to go for the other one, but it's gone 4-3-3, and it's the lineup that we always play. So that's pretty good. Jack Spong picks up a lot of awards. Fans Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Signing of the Season, Goal of the Season, also highest average rating, we know that as well. So, I mean, he picked up a lot of awards. I feel bad for players like Rob Street and Zach Orr, because in my opinion, if you give Fans Player of the Season or Signing of the Season, any of these awards to Jack Spong, you should give a different award to someone else. He can't win two. I would give one of them, Young Player of the Season, arguably to Zach Orr. Fans Player can go to Jack Spong, sure. I mean, Rob Street had a cracking season, even though the board don't think we did. Oh, and wonderful. Gary Ballard has broken the record for the youngest ever player. He was slightly the youngest. Is that in the league? That is in the league, because it's this man who was originally the youngest ever player, who's actually not terrible for a 17-year-old. But yeah, there we go. Gary Ballard is up there. Overall, best 11, Jack Spong has made his way in. Zach Orr, Lewis Payne, Rob Street, Don Ballard, Tyler Garrett, and Joe Fryer have all just burst their way in. It's, to be honest, it's not difficult. Last season, we were just awful, wasn't it? You'd imagine most of the starting 11 should be the team from this season. Listen up, team. We are probably going to be in a relegation scrap, okay? What are we going to say? We're not going to be good. We're good enough to not be involved in a relegation battle. I don't think we can say that. I'm delighted. I have faith that we are able to avoid getting involved. That was... Okay, we're good. Right, we're going to hopefully avoid getting involved in a relegation scrap, which means next season we're looking to finish lower mid-table. That's kind of the plan there. That annoyed people. Okay, that's great. Pretty happy. Sure, I'll talk about things next season. I think I might have ruined the team talk a little bit. Well, that is going to do it for Season 2 of Road to Glory with Dover Athletic. Back to the Vanarama National League. Over the summer, we're going to look at doing some investing. I'm going to trim down the squad, some of the more fringe players. I genuinely think the team that we have from this season is good enough for a lower mid-table in the Vanarama National. So we're going to just try and bring in a couple of new faces. Maybe a left winger, maybe a striker. I don't know. I feel like Rob Street's pretty good, but maybe we'll bring in a striker as well. Thank you very much for watching this episode and this season. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Hit the subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel. And I'll be back next time with Season 3 of Dover Athletic. Thanks for watching.